They are new every morning. In other words, every time I wake up, I'm seeing something different than I saw last night. I know I'm talking about Jeremiah, but you can put your name in parentheses. Can I get a witness? Every time you went to sleep, felt like you wasn't going to be able to get up with the right frame of mind. But look what happens. He said, it is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed. Have mercy, Lord. Because thy compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. That's the part I'm going to leave you on, because we all have to have a great is. Great is a transitional sentence. For many of us, we've been on the other side of great, but now we're walking into our season. And so we have to be prepared for what greatness prepares you for. That is to endure hardness as a good soldier. Any great people in here? Any great people in the house? I know ain't nobody told you this, but can I let you in on a little secret? You've been great before time. You were great in your hard time. And you're going to be great after time, because God has already prepared you for what it is that you're experiencing. And this is just a test. Hallelujah. Ain't that good news? This is just a test.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
It's just a test. I'm going to give you 3 points and I'm going to go on home. It says, tragedy comes before triumph. Realize that. The tragedy here is found in verses 1 through 7. It's clear here. He's in tragic circumstances. But before you're able to triumph, you have to experience some form of tragedy. I know that's not good news to some, but it's just a reality that we got to deal with. Sometimes we have to bargain a little deeper in God's grace before we're able to see the exuberance of God's joy. That's what Tolstoy said, and I had to agree with him, because after you've experienced God's grace, you're able to get happy at God's joy. Not happiness, but God's joy. I know y'all heard it before, because happiness is dependent upon what's happening. But there's a song that says, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it. I know it's choir day, that's why I'm trying to hurry up. And then second point, some seasons will require a recall moment. Remember that. Every time you find yourself inside of a struggle, you have to recall the struggle prior to then, where God brought you through. Since when has the man lost a case? Since when has God came up short? Since when is it broke? They told me that he owns the cattle on 1,000 hills and the dirt that the hills are on. So then how am I broke? Third point, and I'm going to go home, I promise you. We must be reminded in any season or affliction that God's faithfulness is still great. Listen here. When you find yourself broken by the life's demands, God's greatness has not faltered. God has not forgotten you. Neither has he thrown you away. You just had to experience this to get to this next place he's trying to take you. And can I tell you that growth hurts? Ask any woman who's had a baby. As she look at her stomach, and some of us too, you see stretch marks. But stretch marks show growth. I see a lot of people, my sister included, trying to put cocoa butter there. Matter of fact, I tried it myself. But some growth I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Some growth takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. This choir didn't get like this overnight. There's been many a times they've had to be